Snow hammered the deserted train platform in violent sheets, turning the lights into blurred halos. Most passengers had already found shelter. Only one man remained on the far bench. Billionaire tech founder. A man whose life looked perfect on paper, and destroyed in every other way. His tailored coat clung to him, soaked. His phone screen glowed with the same message he'd been reading for hours. Your son's case is closed. We couldn't find the kidnapper. Adrian didn't blink. He didn't cry. He just sat there alone, frozen by grief and guilt. Then, a tiny hand tugged his sleeve. He looked down. A little girl stood in front of him, no more than 7. Pink jacket torn, backpack dripping, eyes too calm for her age. She held a paper snowflake, crumpled, fragile, like it was her last hope. Her voice trembled, but she spoke clearly. Mister, my mommy says my brother is waiting in heaven. Can you help us find him? You look like someone who knows where sad people go. Adrian's heart stopped, because she said it the exact same way his son used to talk, and because behind her, a woman was running through the snow calling desperately. Lily, not again, come back. Lily didn't move from Adrian's side. Her mother, Raina Cole, mid-30s, exhausted, still wearing her nursing scrubs, finally reached them. Her arms wrapped around the little girl with a mix of fear, apology, and practiced strength. I'm so sorry, she said breathlessly. She wanders when she's anxious. Please, she didn't mean to bother. Adrian finally spoke. Why would you say your brother is in heaven? Lily looked up with eyes that didn't belong on a child. Because Mommy cries at night when she thinks I'm asleep. She whispers his name. So I figured he must be there waiting. But she never talks about him. And I don't know how to help her. Raina froze. Her face collapsed. Adrian felt something inside him break. Something he had buried under wealth, control, and empty houses. Before he could speak, a train screeched loudly in the distance. Lily flinched. And right then, Raina collapsed to one knee, coughing hard, blood in her hand. Adrian's eyes widened. The tiny girl whispered, Mister, can you help us? Mommy's not okay. And I'm scared. Snow swirled violently around the platform, the wind cutting through the empty station like a warning. A train roared past without stopping, its lights flashing across the 3 figures frozen in the storm. Raina was still on her knees, one hand braced on the icy ground, the other trembling as she tried to hide the smear of red on her palm. Adrian didn't move at first. He couldn't. For one terrifying moment, all he could see was another child, another winter, another life he failed to save. But then Lily whispered, Mommy, please don't fall again. Again? Adrian snapped back to the present. He crouched in front of Raina, voice steady but urgent. Can you stand? Raina swallowed hard. It's just low blood sugar. Eva, I've worked a double shift. I'll be fine. She tried to push herself up, but her legs wobbled. Adrian grabbed her arm instinctively, steadying her. Her skin was cold. Too cold. Snow clung to her lashes, hair damp and sticking to her cheeks. She wasn't just tired. She was deteriorating. Mommy. Lily tugged her sleeve with desperate fingers. We need to go. Please. Raina forced a smile for her daughter. A mother's instinct to protect even when breaking, but it faltered at the edges. We will, sweetheart. Just give Mommy a minute. But Lily shook her head, eyes wide. No. Mommy, the doctor said. Raina quickly pressed a finger to Lily's lips. Not here. Adrian caught everything. The glance. The panic. The concealed truth. And something else. The way Lily flinched not from his touch, but from the station's loudspeaker as it crackled overhead. Trauma lived in small reactions, and Adrian recognized them intimately. Raina pushed herself upright. Adrian stayed close, hands hovering in case she fell again. I'm fine, she insisted softly. Really? We just need to get home. But Lily looked up at Adrian and whispered, voice shaking. Mommy lies when she doesn't want people to worry. Raina's eyes stung, not from cold. Adrian exhaled slowly. Let me take you home, he said. Raina stiffened. No, I can't impose like that. You're a stranger. Lily slipped her small hand into his glove. He's not a stranger, Mommy. He's sad too. Raina froze at that. Because she had seen it. The heaviness behind Adrian's eyes, the way he carried grief like a second coat. She didn't know his story, but she recognized brokenness. It's how people who have suffered find each other in crowds. Still, she hesitated. Pride and fear warred in her expression. Adrian took a careful step back, giving her space. I'm not offering out of pity. You need warmth. Your daughter needs warmth. The next bus is 30 minutes away. As if on cue, wind tore across the platform again, nearly knocking Lily off balance. Reina's resolve cracked. Okay, she whispered. Just this once. Adrian nodded, but he wasn't relieved. He was terrified. Because helping them felt like déjà vu. Like reliving the night, he couldn't save his own son. But this time he refused to fail. As they crossed the desolate platform, every sound felt amplified. The crunch of snow under their feet, the moan of the wind, the hum of distant engines. Neon lights flickered overhead, casting pale halos around them. Reina staggered once. Adrian caught her elbow, even more gently this time. You're freezing, he murmured. I'm okay, she insisted again, even though she wasn't. Lily walked between them, clutching Adrian's coat with one hand and her paper snowflake in the other. Mommy says snowflakes are like people, she said suddenly, her voice tiny but steady. They fall, but some of them land in warm places and melt into something new. Adrian looked down at her. Is that what you want? She nodded. I want Mommy to melt. She's been cold since Noah went to heaven. Reina inhaled sharply. Lily. But it was too late. The truth had slipped out. No. The brother she believed was waiting in heaven. Adrian's chest tightened painfully. I'm sorry, he whispered. I didn't mean to. It's not your fault, Reina cut in, voice breaking. Nothing is your fault. Her words were meant as reassurance. But they stabbed him. Because deep in his bones, Adrian believed everything was his fault. His son's disappearance. His marriage falling apart. His shattered life. They reached his car, a sleek black SUV dusted with snow. Not flashy, just efficient, quiet, armored like the man who drove it. Adrian opened the door for Lily first. She crawled in and hugged her snowflake like it was a lifeline. Then he turned to Reina. She tried to step in but stumbled again. Adrian caught her easily, too easily. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I'm sorry, she murmured. I don't know why my body keeps failing me. Adrian held her steady, his breath warm in the icy air. Bodies don't fail, he said quietly. People do. And people can be helped. Their eyes met, briefly, deeply, before she looked away, afraid of what she saw in him, and afraid of what he saw in her. He helped her into the seat, closed the door, and for the first time in years, as he walked around to the driver's side, Adrian felt something unfamiliar pressing against his grief. Purpose. Not hope. Not yet. But purpose. As the heater hummed to life and snow fell harder outside, Lily leaned forward from the back seat. Mister, when we get home, will you tell Mommy why you were crying inside your eyes? Reina stiffened. Adrian's fingers froze on the steering wheel. Because no one had ever asked him that. Not even the police. Not even his ex-wife. And the answer was a truth he wasn't ready to speak. Not yet. But soon. Too soon. The SUV rolled slowly through quiet city streets. Snow still fell, soft and relentless. Inside, warm air hissed from vents, but the silence was heavy. Adrian drove, eyes fixed on the road, one hand clenched on the steering wheel. Behind him, Lily pressed her forehead against the cold glass, watching the snowflakes swirl, dreamy and sad. Reina sat between them, coat wrapped tight around her, shoulders shaking ever so slightly even inside the warmth. For a long while no one spoke. As streetlights flickered past, Adrian's mind drifted. He remembered the night his son vanished. The phone call that ripped his world apart. The frantic search. The lawyers. Empty hopes. Then silence. It had broken more than his heart. It had broken his trust in everything. People. Love. Hope. He looked at Reina in the rearview mirror. Nobody knew what he carried. Not his drivers. Not his business associates. Not even his ex-wife, and certainly not some starving mother and her orphan child. He kept grief as a private vault. Locked it. Sealed it. never opened. And yet, here he was, offering warmth to a broken family in an SUV, listening to a little girl ask, "Why were you crying inside your eyes?" He didn't have an answer, because no one had ever asked. No one had ever cared. They arrived at a narrow, rundown apartment complex in a quiet neighborhood. Adrian parked under a flickering streetlight. The snow around the building lay thick, undisturbed, a blanket of isolation. Raina opened the door, her breath coming in small, ragged gasps. Lily jumped out first, clutching the paper snowflake. Adrian followed, hesitating at the threshold, the weight of his grief pressing down. They stood on the landing. Raina fumbled with her keys, hands trembling. Inside was a small apartment. One bedroom, one bathroom, kitchen the size of a closet, and just enough space for 3 fragile lives to try to survive. Lily's toys, a single worn teddy bear, a broken music box, sat on a rickety shelf. Dust lay thick in the corners, the air stale, the windows frosted over from cold and neglect. Raina turned to Adrian, eyes accusatory yet hopeful. I'm sorry you had to see this." Adrian shook his head quietly. "I've seen worse. And I've lost more." Lily stood close, staring at him, innocent, searching. "Will you stay for Christmas, mister?" she asked softly. He swallowed, a tight, bitter lump in his throat. He wanted to say no. But before he could, Raina spoke quietly. "If you can." They didn't know it then. But this night would change everything. Because living in that apartment would start a chain of events, secrets unraveling, pain resurfacing, and a twist that none of them saw coming. Adrian closed the door behind them. Snow pressed against the window panes. Lily hugged her snowflake. And somewhere, in the silence, the ghost of a vanished boy whispered, not from heaven, but from the shadows of memory. Sunlight was weak through dirty windows. Lily's cough echoed in the tiny room. Raina was already awake, softly humming while preparing tea on an old stove, stirring sugar as though trying to dissolve not just the crystals, but the cold in their lives. Adrian watched from the corner, standing awkwardly. He still wore his coat, uncertainty draped across him like a cloak. Lily blinked at him, big eyes full of trust and something else. Hope. "Why are you so quiet, mister?" she asked gently. He managed a small smile. "Just thinking." Her tiny hand reached out, pulling at his sleeve. "Think about snowflakes. Remember?" He nodded. That moment, childlike, pure, hit him harder than he expected. He realized, this wasn't just guilt or pity anymore. This was longing. Longing to protect. To heal. Days passed. Adrian visited often, sometimes bringing groceries, sometimes just sitting with them in silence while Raina rested. One evening, as snow fell heavier, Lily ran toward the window, pressing against the glass. Outside, in the dim yellow glow of the street lamp, a black car parked quietly. The engine died. Raina stiffened. Heartbeat slowed. Lily pressed her forehead against the glass, eyes wide. Adrian moved before she could speak. He grabbed the curtains and pulled them shut, too late. Lights flashed outside, headlights, then red and blue. A siren wailed. 2 men in dark coats stepped out. Raina gasped. Lily cried out, "Mommy." He recognized the insignia on their jackets. Corporate security, but not from any company he knew. Their patches said, "Shadow Watch Investigations." Raina backed away, grabbing Lily's hand, pulling her behind the small kitchen table. "Who are they?" she whispered, terror in her voice. Adrian didn't answer. He didn't need to, because he recognized the men. They had once visited him, on his best days. When he was powerful. When he had everything. They were the same men who had been digging into his life during his son's case. When the police stopped investigating. When phone calls stopped being returned. When documents disappeared. He swallowed hard. This was no random visit. This was a ghost from his past. A past he thought long buried. "You have 15 minutes. One of the men called through the door. "Leave. Or we bring the pack." Raina's hand shook violently. Lily's eyes filled with tears, not just fear but heartbreak. Adrian stood up, tall in his tailored coat, but for the first time not as a broken man. His voice was calm, cold. "Why are you here?" The man laughed, a hollow mocking sound. "For the same reason we come everywhere, Vale," he said. Loose ends need tying. The other man pushed past Reina's door frame. Lily cried. The table overturned. Chairs scraped. Adrian stepped forward. In his pocket, a small device. He pressed a button. Within seconds, the walls of the apartment, thin, worn, fragile, seemed to hum. The lights flickered, then dimmed. Windows locked automatically. Doors sealed. Reina stared, mouth open. Lily froze, clutching her snowflake. Adrian looked at the two men, not with fear, but with something sharper. Steel. Get out, he said. The men laughed again, louder. You think money and toys will protect them? We're beyond that now. He took a step forward. Because of what you did. The man spat. You thought you could bury it with luxury. But we don't forget. Suddenly, the first man lunged. Adrian didn't dodge. He twisted, almost elegant. Lights flashed. The hum of the city outside faded. One punch. One swift move. The man flew into the wall. Glass from the broken window on the door scattered across the floor like ice shards. The second man tried to attack, but Adrian grabbed a coat rack, swung. It crashed into a wall, a thunderous sound inside the tiny apartment. Reina screamed. Lily screamed. The second man fell. Silence. Then Adrian's voice, low, trembled but steady. You don't know them. You don't know what it means to lose a child. He got closer to the door, rain of snow still hitting outside, and turned back to Reina. Are you safe? He asked, eyes soft but hard. She nodded, clutching Lily tight. Thank you, Reina whispered, voice quivering. Lily looked up at Adrian, snowflake still in her grip, and asked quietly, Is this heaven you talked about, mister? Adrian forced a tight smile. No, but maybe it's a beginning. Adrian stands amidst broken glass and rattled furniture. Snow continues to fall outside as distant sirens fade. Reina holds Lily close, wide-eyed and trembling. Adrian watches the door, because he knows more men are coming. But he also knows something else. He has nothing left to lose. And for the first time in years, he feels alive again. The apartment was silent again, too silent. Only the soft hiss of wine through the cracked window, and the faint whimper of a frightened child remained. Glass sparkled across the floor like scattered stars. The two unconscious men lay slumped near the doorway, snowflakes landing on their coats as the winter storm pushed through the broken frame. Reina's breathing was shaky. Lily clung to her waist, trembling. Adrian stood between them and the door like a shield, chest rising and falling with controlled fury. The quiet didn't comfort anyone. Quiet meant danger wasn't done. It was only thinking. Outside, the police sirens had faded, but the black SUV remained parked across the street, half buried in snow. The engine was off. The windows were dark. Watching. Waiting. A predator patient enough to let fear do the work. Adrian inhaled slowly, trying to steady the storm inside him. They weren't here by coincidence. And they weren't here because of Reina. They were here for him. For a reason he had tried desperately to bury. A reason he had sworn would stay dead. But fate had dug it up and delivered it to his door in the shape of a terrified mother and child. Reina's voice finally broke through the tension, thin and trembling. What did you do to them? Adrian turned. Protected you. That's not what I meant, she whispered back. Her eyes were wide, not with judgment, but with fear. Fear that was entirely new between them. What are they? She asked. And why did they call you Vale? You said your name was Adrian Cole. He flinched, not visibly, but enough that Reina noticed. Vale is my real name, he said quietly. My mother's name. Before everything fell apart. Reina held Lily a little tighter. And these men? Why are they after you? Adrian looked toward the broken door. Snowflakes swirled into the apartment, landing on the unconscious men. They're not after me, he said. They're after the truth. He wasn't ready to tell her yet. Not the whole story. Not the part where his own company had betrayed him. Not the part where his son's disappearance wasn't random. Not the part where he was the reason his family shattered. But Reina took a step closer anyway. Adrian, whatever you're hiding, you can't drag my daughter into it. Her voice broke on daughter. He saw the pain behind it. Fear sharpened by a mother's instinct. Fear shaped by loss. You've already lost one child, Adrian said softly. I won't let anything touch the one you have left. Reina's knees buckled. She sank into a chair, face pale. Her lips moved before her voice did. What did you say? Adrian froze. I'm sorry, he breathed. I shouldn't have. No, she interrupted sharply. How do you know I lost a child? Lily looked between them, scared again. Adrian hesitated, then exhaled. The men outside said the name Noah. I assumed. Lily shook her head. No, mister. They didn't say Noah. Her voice was trembling. They called me Noah. Reina went utterly still. Adrian stared at Lily. Lily blinked, confused. I thought maybe they were scared, Lily whispered. Mommy told me Noah was gone, but they didn't talk like he was gone. Adrian felt the blood drain from his face. They called her Noah? No, that wasn't possible. Noah was. But the men had said, loose ends need tying. We don't forget. His son had been 6 when he disappeared. Lily was 7. He shut the thought down violently. The mind plays tricks. Grief lies. Pain shapes illusions. But Reina was shaking her head over and over, palms pressing against her temples. No. Her voice cracked. They can't. Lily is mine. Noah was, he was. She choked, unable to finish. Adrian knelt in front of her. Reina, what happened to him? Tears slid down her cheeks. When Lily was 2, she whispered, my son, my Noah, was kidnapped from the hospital corridor while I was filling out paperwork. Police searched. Everyone searched. Her breath hitched. They told me he was gone, that he didn't survive the transport. Lily buried her face in Reina's shoulder. I never saw a body, Reina whispered, voice breaking completely. They just told me to let go. Adrian's hands trembled, because 5 years ago, his son also disappeared from a hospital corridor. 5 years ago, he was told the same thing, that the child didn't survive the transport. No body, no closure. 2 different families, 2 different hospitals. The same story, the same lie. Adrian stood quickly, pacing, mind racing. Lily, Noah, the timelines didn't match. The ages didn't match. The stories didn't match. Unless the kidnappings weren't random. Unless someone had stolen children systematically. Unless someone had switched them. A horrifying thought crashed into Adrian's chest. What if his son was alive? What if he had been taken for a reason? What if these men weren't trying to silence him, but retrieve something? His breath stilled. What did they want? Reina whispered. Her eyes searched his face for truth, for safety, for something more. Adrian turned to her. They weren't after Lily, he said. They were after me. Her lips parted. Why? And then Adrian finally told her the truth. I wasn't just a businessman, Adrian said quietly. My company, Veiltech, designed encrypted software for child safety systems, digital trackers, hospital identification programs. He swallowed hard. My last project was a security algorithm used in pediatric departments. Reina stared, frozen. You built the systems that should have protected our children? I did, Adrian whispered. And my own son was taken under my watch. The guilt in his voice was raw, honest, ripping him open. Reina's eyes softened, but only for a beat. And these men, they were part of my security division, he said. When I found flaws in the system, when I found evidence that kidnappings could be inside jobs, I confronted the board. He looked away, and they fired me, covered it up, erased files, shut down investigations. He hugged me, Lily whispered. And then men came and took him away. Adrian could not breathe. His son, his little boy, alive, with Lily. Eric laughed. Oh, so she remembers. Delightful. Adrian stood up slowly, rage burning through him like wildfire. I'm going to kill you. Eric's eyes glinted. Not tonight. He whistled sharply. Outside, engines roared. 2 more black SUVs pulled up. Reina screamed and clutched Lily to her chest. Adrian grabbed his gun again, but Eric kicked it away. You won't win, Adrian growled. Oh, Adrian, Eric said softly. You already lost. He pointed at Lily. You shouldn't worry about your son anymore. His voice dropped to a chilling whisper. You should worry about what she really is. Eric stepped backward to the door. And what her real purpose will be when we take her back. Raina's scream shattered the night. Adrian lunged. But Eric slipped out into the snowstorm and slammed the metal security lock behind him. The cabin shook as armed men surrounded it. Lily sobbed. Adrian grabbed them both and ran toward the basement hatch. We're not dying here, he growled. Not tonight. Snow slammed against the cabin windows like fists, shaking the glass. Outside, engines revved. Dark figures spread across the property, weapons gleaming under the storm's dim light. Inside the cabin, Adrian wrapped an arm around Raina and Lily, pushing them toward the basement hatch hidden behind a heavy steel cabinet. Adrian, what's happening? Raina gasped, holding Lily close. He didn't sugarcoat it. They're coming to take her. His voice was ice. And kill us. Lily whimpered and pressed her face into Raina's stomach. No, Raina whispered fiercely, hugging her daughter. No one is taking her from me again. Adrian spun toward them, a quiet fire burning in his eyes. They won't. Not while I'm alive. Raina met his stare. No, Adrien. Not while we're alive. The bravery in her voice. It made something inside him crack open. Raina's hands shook violently. You mean someone used your system to steal my son? And mine, Adrian whispered. Silence slammed into the room. Not soft. Not gentle. Violent. Devastating. Shared. Raina covered her face with trembling fingers. Lily whispered. Mommy, what if Noah is cold? Adrian's heart cracked. I won't let that happen, he said. I'm not losing another child. Adrian stood, jaw clenched hard. We're not staying here, he said. They'll come back. And not alone. Raina's breath trembled. Where do we go? He held her gaze, steady and solemn. To the only place they can't reach. Her voice shook. And where is that? Adrian stepped toward the window. Snow fell thick and fast now. The world outside looked like a broken snow globe. Our safe house, he said. The one I built, the night my son disappeared. Raina's gasp filled the room. Adrian, you mean? Yes, he whispered. The place where I hid all the secrets I couldn't keep above ground. He turned to them. Eyes dark. Voice firm. We leave in 10 minutes. Adrian leads Raina and Lily toward a hidden refuge. Shadowwatch is closing in. The truth about the kidnapping network is unraveling. Adrian's guilt is shifting into purpose. Raina's grief is turning into fire. And only one thing is certain. No child was taken by accident. Not hers. Not his. And the next twist will reveal why. Snow hammered the windshield as Adrian sped down the deserted highway. The storm made the world look blurred, ghostly, like they were driving through someone else's nightmare. Inside the SUV, warmth hummed through the vents, but tension filled every breath. Raina sat curled in the passenger seat, body still shaking from shock and adrenaline. Lily slept in the back seat, cheek resting on her paper snowflake, the edges now soft and wilted. Every few minutes, Raina glanced back, her eyes almost pleading. Please be okay. Please stay breathing. Adrian kept both hands on the wheel. But his eyes kept shifting to the rearview mirror. Not to check for danger. To check on Lily. Because something about her. Something about the curve of her cheek. The way she clutched her snowflake. The way she slept with her hand curled under her jaw. It pulled at him. It felt painfully familiar. Too familiar. We're nearly there, Adrian murmured. Raina hadn't spoken in almost 20 minutes. She finally exhaled, voice weak but steady. What if Noah is still alive? Adrian didn't answer right away. Snow whirled across the headlights like 1,000 spiraling ghosts. He gripped the wheel tighter. I think he might be, he said finally. Raina's breath caught. She pressed a trembling hand to her mouth, choking back a sob. But why take him? Why take your son? Why? Her words strangled into silence. Adrian swallowed hard. Because my software was designed to protect children. And someone twisted it. Corrupted it. Turned it into a hunting tool. Raina turned to him slowly. You're saying kidnappings were planned? Organized, Adrian corrected. Systematic. Coordinated. hidden inside the very systems meant to keep children safe. Reina's hand shook so badly she had to grip the door handle. And your company covered it up? They didn't just cover it up, Adrian whispered. They profited from it. Reina gasped. But why come after us? Adrian's jaw clenched. Because you saw my face at the station. Because they think you know something. Because they think Lily. He stopped himself. Reina's head snapped toward him. What about Lily? Adrian kept his eyes on the road. I don't know yet. He did not tell her what haunted him. The resemblance. The familiarity. The ache twisting in his chest like recognition. He wouldn't speak that thought aloud. Not yet. Not until he knew for sure. The SUV turned down a gravel road, the storm swallowing the sky above them. Bare trees lined the path like skeletal guardians. At the end stood a cabin. Wooden. Isolated. Silent. Half buried under snow. Not cozy. Not welcoming. A place for secrets. A place built by a man running from the world. Reina stared at it, breath fogging the glass. This is it, she whispered. Yes, Adrian said quietly. I built it after Noah disappeared. In case I ever found a lead. In case I needed to hide the truth somewhere they couldn't reach. Reina's hand tightened protectively around Lily's small fingers. Adrian stepped out first, scanning the tree line with sharp instincts, paranoia carved from grief. Only after he ensured the area was clear did he open their doors. Inside the cabin, warmth flickered from a fireplace Adrian had left ready long ago, just in case the day he feared would finally come. Reina stepped in slowly, Lily leaning sleepily against her side. The room was filled with maps, documents, photographs pinned on boards, red strings marking connections. Names written in red ink. Dates. Hospitals. Security breaches. Evidence lines. A whole hidden world of pain and truth. Reina's hand flew to her mouth. You've been investigating alone. For years, Adrian said. No one listened. No one believed me. She walked toward a photo on the board. A little boy smiling. A little boy with bright eyes. This is your son? She whispered. Adrian nodded. Reina turned slowly, tears streaking her cheeks. But then, why did those men call Lily Noah? Adrian's throat tightened. I don't know, but I intend to find out. Just as he said it, a loud crack echoed outside. A gunshot. Reina dropped to the floor instinctively, pulling Lily with her. Adrian grabbed her wrist and dragged her behind a reinforced wall. Another shot rang out, splintering the wooden beam outside the window. Someone followed us, Reina whispered, terror flooding her voice. Adrian's eyes hardened. No, not someone. He reached for the metal case hidden under the floorboard. Them. He clicked the case open. Inside lay documents, a pistol, encrypted drives, and an ID badge. The badge read, Eric Wolf, Head of Security, Valitech Systems. Status, terminated. Reina's breath hitched. Who is Eric Wolf? Adrian's jaw clenched. The man who oversaw every hospital security upgrade. The man who trained those men. The man behind every missing child case across the system. Her eyes widened. And your former boss, she whispered. A shadow moved past the window. Then another. Adrian's voice dropped to steel. He didn't just fire me. He stole my research. He erased my son's identity. And he made sure no one would ever find him. Reina's breath shuddered. And now he's come for you? Adrian shook his head. No. His voice was barely a whisper. He's come for her. Reina froze. Why Lily? Adrian finally said the words that had haunted him since the train station. Because Lily was taken from a hospital too. Because your story and mine share identical patterns. Because both our children vanished in the same way. Because... He turned to look at Lily, who was trembling, clutching her snowflake with white-knuckled fists. Because she looks almost exactly like my son did at that age. Reina's face drained of color. No, that's impossible. Adrian swallowed painfully. I'm not saying she's mine. But they took children for a reason. They replaced identities. They created false death reports. He stopped. Because the front door handle was turning. Slowly. Deliberately. Reina grabbed Lily, holding her tight. Adrian raised his weapon, steady, silent. The door creaked open. A tall man stepped inside. Gray hair, black coat, eyes sharp as broken glass. A smile carved across his face. "Well," he said softly, "isn't this touching? A grieving billionaire, a desperate mother, and a little girl who doesn't even know what she is." Raina gasped. "What she is?" The man stepped forward. "Eric Wolf, the architect of their nightmares. You thought she was just a child," he said, eyes glinting with cruelty. "You thought she was a mistake, a victim." He smirked. "How naive." Adrian's jaw locked. "Don't you touch her." Eric's gaze slid to Lily. "Oh, Adrian," he chuckled darkly. "You never understood, did you?" He leaned forward, voice dripping with venom. "She wasn't taken from you." He turned to Raina. "And she wasn't taken from you either." Both parents froze. Noah wasn't kidnapped. Your children weren't lost. He smiled, wicked and triumphant. They were created. Snow pounded the cabin roof like 1,000 frantic fists. Eric Wolf stood in the doorway, framed by the storm behind him, a shadow carved in ice. Lily whimpered and clutched her paper snowflake so tightly it tore. Raina pulled her daughter behind her, shaking. Adrian stood in front of them, weapon raised, fury trembling under the surface. Eric stepped inside and closed the door with a soft click. "You truly don't know," he said, almost amused. "How remarkable." Adrian's jaw clenched. "Start talking." "Oh, I will," Eric said, smirking. "You deserve the truth before you die." Raina flinched. Adrian didn't. Eric circled the room slowly, glancing at Adrian's investigation boards, the maps, the red threads. "You thought you were tracking kidnappers, Adrian." His voice mocked him gently. "But you were tracking ghosts. Shadows. What you lost doesn't exist in the way you think." Raina's eyes filled with terror. "What does that mean? What do you mean our children were created?" Eric stopped. His silhouette loomed in front of the fireplace flames, turning his smile monstrous. "It means," he said softly, "you never lost your children." Raina gasped. Adrian's blood ran cold. Eric continued. "You lost our experiments." Raina stumbled back against the wall. No, you're lying. Lily is mine. I gave birth to her." Eric raised a finger. "Tisk. You gave birth, yes, but not to your child." The room reeled. Raina shook her head violently, tears falling. "That's impossible." Eric shrugged lightly. "You were in the prenatal unit during a network update. Adrian's son disappeared during a network outage." His smile widened. "What happens during outages, Adrian?" Adrian's breath hitched. "The systems reboot," he whispered. "And everything can be rewritten." Eric clapped his hands softly. "Exactly." He pointed at Lily. "That little girl is data. Code. Reassigned identity. An asset." Adrian fired. The bullet struck the wooden beam inches from Eric's head. Eric didn't even flinch. "That temper," he said calmly. "You always had it." Eric took one slow step toward Lily. Adrian blocked him instantly. Eric chuckled. "Relax. I'm only admiring my best work." Raina's voice cracked. "What are you talking about? She's not something you made." Eric blinked. "Oh, but she is." He walked to the wall where Adrian had pinned dozens of missing children photos. "You see these?" He tapped the photos. "All these children were part of Project Halo." Adrian's entire body stiffened. "Project Halo was cancelled," he hissed. Eric grinned. "No. You were removed from it. We continued without you." Raina clung to Lily tighter. "What is Project Halo?" Eric's tone softened, that chilling softness predators use when they enjoy explaining. "It was designed to create perfect identity systems for children. But the board wanted more. They wanted perfect children." Raina froze. Eric went on. "Children who could adapt. Children who could learn faster. Children who could obey." Adrian felt the world tilt. "No," he whispered. "You used my algorithm to manipulate identities." Eric nodded. "And biology?" He pointed at Lily again. "That girl is iteration number 12. Prototype L12." Raina collapsed to her knees. "Stop, please stop." Eric continued relentlessly. "She was reassigned 3 times before she ended up with you. Her original file was erased. Her genetic enhancements subtle, but present. Raina sobbed, hands shaking violently. Lily whispered, "Mommy, am I broken?" Raina grabbed Lily's face. "No," she cried. "You're my child. You're mine. No one can tell me otherwise." Eric sighed dramatically. "Oh, how sentimental." Adrian took a step forward. "And my son," he demanded. "What did you do to him?" Eric met his eyes. He was prototype A1. Adrian's knees nearly buckled. Raina gasped. Eric's smile sharpened. The first successful adaptive child. Smarter. Faster. Beautiful little boy. Adrian raised the gun again. "Where is he?" Eric shrugged. "No idea. A buyer took him years ago." Adrian roared and lunged. Eric ducked, grabbed a fireplace poker, and swung. Steel collided with Adrian's arm. He grunted, dropping the gun. Raina screamed as Adrian stumbled, clutching his shoulder. Lily cried, "Stop hurting him." Eric smirked. "Relax, little one. I don't want to kill him yet." Lily crawled to Adrian's side, hands trembling. "Don't hurt him," she whispered. He sat inside. Adrian forced a weak smile. "You're very brave, Lily." She leaned her forehead against his. "Mommy says brave people don't wait for heroes. They become one." Adrian swallowed hard. "Your mother's right." Lily's small hands cupped his cheeks. "I remember something," she whispered. Raina stiffened. "What do you remember, sweetheart?" Lily closed her eyes tightly. There was a room. Bright lights. I was small, maybe 2. People talking. A doctor with gray hair. Her voice broke. He said, "Bring in A1." Adrian froze. Lily looked up at him, eyes huge. And a little boy came in. Raina gasped. Lily whispered, "He had your eyes." Silence exploded. Adrian's hands shook violently. "Lily, are you sure?" Lily nodded, lip trembling. "I remember him holding my hand. He told me, 'Don't cry. I'll protect you.'" Adrian's breath shattered. "Oh God." But the moment didn't last. Because boots thundered on the porch. Adrian shoved the steel cabinet aside, revealing a reinforced hatch. "Get in." Raina hesitated. "What about you?" Adrian paused. He looked at her, really looked at her. Her tear-streaked cheeks. Her trembling but determined hands. The fire in her eyes despite everything. "I'll buy you time." Lily's scream tore through the air. "No." She broke free from Raina and grabbed Adrian's coat. "Don't leave us. Don't leave me." Her tiny hands shook with a fear that ripped him apart. He knelt, held her face. His voice broke. "I'll always come back to you. I promise." Boom. A battering ram slammed into the cabin door. Raina dragged Lily toward the hatch. Adrian stood, jaw tightening. He reached under a floorboard and pulled out a second pistol. Sleek, black, deadly. He checked the chamber. Loaded. Then, wham. The front door burst inward. Armed men rushed in. Adrian fired first. 2 men dropped instantly. Gunshots shattered the quiet cabin air. Wood splintered. Glass exploded across the floor. The smell of smoke and gunpowder filled the room. Raina screamed for Adrian. But the hatch slammed shut between them. The basement was cold, small, and nearly pitch black except for a single emergency light. Raina held Lily tight as dust rained from the ceiling with every gunshot above. "Mommy," Lily whispered. "Will he come back?" Raina's heart clenched. "Yes." Her voice shook. "Adrian will always come back. He promised." Lily's lower lip trembled. Adults break promises. Raina's breath caught. "No," she said softly. "Not this one." Gunshots echoed through the floorboards. "Raina's valovida sobi." "They're going to hurt him," Lily whispered. Raina hugged her daughter fiercely. "Not if I can stop them." She grabbed the crowbar lying beside old crates. "Mommy, no." But Raina had changed. Fear had transformed her. This was no longer the quiet nurse who apologized for inconvenience. This was a mother who had lost one child and would burn the world down before losing another. Adrian moved like a storm, silent, lethal. He slammed a table against the broken door to slow them. Bullets shredded the wood instantly. He ducked behind the kitchen island. Reloaded. Fired again. Another man fell. But more stormed in. Their shadows filled the cabin like demons. "You can't win, Vale," one shouted. "Give us the girl." Adrian's voice was a growl. "Over my dead body." "That's the plan," another snarled. Adrian rolled out, fired twice, hit one in the leg, one in the shoulder. But then, a bullet grazed his ribs. He staggered, gripping the wound. Blood. Warm. Spreading. He gritted his teeth. Not yet. Not until they were safe. Below ground, Lily shook violently. "Mommy, I remember more." Reina touched her cheek. "Sweetheart, you don't have to." "No." Lily whispered. "I need to." Her voice softened, distant. In that bright room, the little boy with Adrian's eyes, he wasn't crying. He was singing. Reina froze. Singing. Yes. A lullaby. Lily closed her eyes. He said it was the song his daddy sang to him. Reina's breath hitched. Lily whispered the melody. Reina recognized it instantly. It was the same lullaby Adrian had hummed to calm Lily a night before. Not knowing why it came naturally to him, Reina lowered her forehead against Lily's. "Oh, sweetheart." Lily blinked up at her. "Was that little boy my brother?" Reina's heart shattered. "I don't know." Her voice was a broken whisper. "But I think he saved you." Upstairs, a final figure stepped through the smoke. Eric Wolf. Adrian staggered, blood soaking into his shirt. "Why?" Adrian rasped. "Why children? Why my son?" Eric smiled thinly. "Because we needed perfect prototypes. And your son was the closest thing to perfection we ever engineered." Adrian lunged with his last strength. Eric dodged and struck him across the face with the butt of his gun. Adrian collapsed to the floor. Eric aimed the weapon at his head. "Goodbye, Adrian." Boom. A scream split the air. But not Adrian's. Eric howled, grabbing his leg. Behind him, Reina stood, smoke rising from the pistol she had stolen from one of the fallen men. Her arms shook violently. Tears streaked her face. But her aim was deadly. "Get away from him," she said, voice trembling but fierce. Eric snarled. "You don't know what you're doing." Reina fired again. The bullet grazed his arm. He dropped his gun. Adrian struggled to his feet. Reina reached him first. "You came back," he breathed weakly. "I told you," she whispered. "We fight together." They didn't have time to embrace, because Eric lunged at Reina with a knife hidden in his sleeve. Adrian saw it first. He shoved Reina aside, and the blade plunged into him instead. Reina screamed. Lily screamed from the hatch doorway. "Adrian!" He collapsed to one knee, blood seeping fast. Eric pulled the blade free, expression wild. "You should have stayed dead," he hissed. Adrian's vision blurred. Reina grabbed Lily, shielding her. Eric raised the knife again, and Lily stepped in front of her mother. Her tiny voice shook with defiance. "Don't hurt them." Eric laughed. "You think I'd listen to a defective prototype?" And then everything stopped. Lily's eyes, usually soft and innocent, suddenly glowed faintly, like embers beneath ice. Eric froze. What is that?" Adrian, half-conscious, whispered. "No, it can't be." Lily's voice didn't tremble this time. "You said I was made." Her breathing became steady. "You said I had a purpose." She lifted her chin. "Then my purpose is to protect them." The light in her eyes intensified. Eric stumbled back, terror flooding his face. "What are you?" Lily whispered. "I remember you." Eric's knees buckled. "You hurt my brother." The air around her seemed to vibrate, like heat waves rising from cold. Reina held her daughter, trembling. "Oh, Lily, what's happening to you?" Lily took Reina's hand. "I'm not broken, Mommy." Her eyes dimmed back to normal. "I'm awake." Eric scrambled to his feet and fled out the door, limping into the storm. More men were coming. Dozens. Lights swarmed outside. Adrian fell, coughing blood. Reina caught him. "Stay with me, Adrian, please." He gripped her hand weakly. "Lily, she's not. She's not a weapon, she's—" "I know," Reina sobbed. "She's ours." Adrian forced a bleeding smile. "Take her, go through the back tunnel." "No, Ref. I'm not leaving you." He squeezed her hand one last time. "Please, Reina, save her." Adrian slumped, unconscious. Raina screamed his name, but the storm swallowed it. Lily grabbed her mother's sleeve urgently. "Mommy, we have to go." Raina wiped her tears, lifted Adrian onto her shoulder with impossible strength fueled by terror and love. "No," she whispered fiercely. "We save him too." They disappeared into the tunnel beneath the cabin. Behind them, Eric's men stormed the house and found nothing but blood and embers and the lingering warmth of a girl who had finally awakened. The storm howled above like a wounded animal, but beneath the ground, the world was eerily silent. Raina's breath trembled as she half-carried, half-dragged Adrian through the narrow stone tunnel, one of his arms slung heavily over her shoulders. His shirt was soaked with blood, warm and frighteningly sticky. "Stay with me," she whispered, voice shaking. "Adrian, stay with me." His eyes fluttered weakly, barely conscious. Lily walked ahead of them, small hand pressed against the damp wall. Her footsteps steady but weighed with something new. Fear mixed with purpose. "Mommy," Lily whispered without turning. "Keep going, please." Raina swallowed hard. Every instinct inside her screamed to collapse, to cry, to scream. But Lily needed her. Adrian needed her. And the darkness behind them hid monsters. They couldn't stop. The tunnel twisted sharply, forcing them to squeeze through a narrow stone passage. The old air smelled like dust, oil, and time. "Adrian, did you build all this?" Raina asked softly. He groaned faintly. "Not me, my father." Raina blinked, surprised. "Your father?" Adrian coughed, pain crackling through his voice. He was paranoid, believed someone was always watching. "He built safe passages under all our properties, even this land." I thought he was losing his mind. Adrian's head fell against her shoulder, his voice weakening. "I was wrong." Lily slowed her steps, her small voice echoing faintly. "You weren't wrong. Someone was watching." The words sent chills through the air. Raina didn't respond. She couldn't. Her heart was hammering too loudly in her chest. They kept walking, their footsteps echoing like ghostly warnings. Raina had always been brave. Or she had always tried to be. But tonight, in the tunnels, carrying a dying man and leading a child who might not be entirely human, she felt the crushing weight of everything she had run from. Every fear, every loss, every lie. Her voice cracked. "Lily, sweetheart, when you were born." Lily stopped walking. Raina froze too. She hadn't meant to say it, but the truth had clawed its way out. "You were so tiny," Raina whispered, eyes filling. "You never cried. Not once. You didn't even flinch during shots. Doctors said you were different." Lily blinked slowly. "You knew?" she asked. Raina nodded, tears spilling. "I thought." She wiped her face. "I thought you were an angel sent to replace the son I lost." Lily's eyes glistened. "But I'm just something they made." "No." Raina's voice cracked sharply. "You're my child. Whoever made you doesn't matter. What I feel for you, that's real." Lily stared at her mother for a long, trembling moment, then slowly walked back and hugged her waist. Raina sobbed into her daughter's hair. Behind them, Adrian stirred weakly. "You're a family," he whispered. Raina tightened her arms around Lily. "We will be," she whispered, "as long as we survive this." They reached a rusted metal door that led into a larger chamber. Raina pushed the door open with a grunt. Inside was an old underground storeroom, dusty lights flickering, shelves full of old files, boxes, and an abandoned generator. Adrian collapsed against the wall, gasping. "Put him down gently," Lily whispered, far too calmly for a child. Raina knelt, lowering Adrian to the ground. His breathing was ragged. "We need to stop the bleeding," she said desperately. Lily nodded. "There's cloth in the boxes." Raina tore open a box, hands shaking, pulling out an old wool coat. She ripped strips from it with trembling fingers. As she pressed cloth to Adrian's wound, he winced. "Raina," he whispered, voice thin. "Yes." He lifted a hand toward her, brushing her cheek. "You're stronger than you think." Her throat tightened. "So are you." Adrian's gaze shifted toward Lily. "Lily, come here." She moved to his side quietly, her small hand taking his. Adrian swallowed hard. Pain etched deep in his eyes. I knew there was something about you," he whispered. "Something familiar." Lily blinked. Adrian continued. When you first touched my arm at the train station, something in me recognized a connection. Raina felt her heart stop. What connection? She whispered. Adrian's voice trembled. She carries my blood. Raina gasped. Lily stared in shock. What? Adrian nodded weakly. Not because you're my daughter. Not biologically. He coughed, pain ripping through him. But because Halo only used one genetic line for the adaptive children. Raina's breath froze. Whose genetic line? She whispered. Adrian looked straight at her. Me. Lily's tiny hands shook. You mean, I'm like a copy? Adrian closed his eyes. No, not a copy. His voice cracked with emotion despite the pain. Your family. As Raina tended his wound, Adrian drifted into a haze. And then, he saw him. His son. A1. Small hands. Soft brown hair. Bright eyes full of love. Daddy, look, I drew a robot. A tender yet powerful embrace. Lily steps forward and hugs Raina tightly around the waist. Raina collapses into her daughter, sobbing into Lily's hair. Adrian watches weakly from behind, eyes soft with awe and pain. The tunnel light glows warmer here, briefly comforting. Mood, belonging, love over origin, chosen family. A tender yet powerful embrace. Lily steps forward and hugs Raina tightly around the waist. Raina collapses into her daughter, sobbing into Lily's hair. Adrian watches weakly from behind, eyes soft with awe and pain. The tunnel light glows warmer here, briefly comforting. Mood, belonging, love over origin, chosen family. The lights buzzed again, this time in rhythm with Lily's breathing. Adrian's eyes widened through the pain. It's not just memory you got from the program, he whispered. Raina's heart pounded. What else did they do to her? Adrian hesitated. Halo wasn't only about identity. He swallowed. They were trying to create enhanced neural pathways. Raina blinked, confused. Enhanced how? Adrian looked at Lily with awe and fear. Enhanced to control systems, electrical signals, machines, networks. Lily's eyes widened. Like computers? Adrian nodded. And cameras. And doors. And power grids. And suddenly the lights went out completely. Total darkness swallowed them. Raina grabbed Lily tightly. Lily, what happened? Did you? I didn't mean to. Lily cried. I felt scared. Raina kissed the top of her head. It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart. We'll figure it out. Adrian forced himself up, gripping the wall. She's awakening, he whispered. More abilities will come. Raina felt her breath catch in her chest. Adrian, what if they come looking for her because of this? Adrian's expression hardened. They will. Raina opened a dusty metal cabinet, searching for medical supplies. Instead, she found a single folder labeled Project Halo, Genetic Matches. Her hands trembled as she opened it. There were dozens of profiles. She flipped rapidly. Then she saw it. Her breath broke. Oh my God. Lily looked up. Mommy. Raina slowly turned the page around. On the file was Subject, 1 DNA relatives. Primary match, Adrian Vale. Secondary match, Raina Cole. Raina's world spun. Adrian, she whispered. You're not the only one she's connected to. Adrian blinked through the pain. What? Raina choked on her next words. Lily has my DNA too. Adrian stared. Lily gasped. Raina held Lily's face. You weren't created from strangers. You were created from us. Adrian's eyes widened. What, how? Raina read the note at the bottom of the file, handshaking. Pairing chosen for psychological compatibility. Projected parental bonding, extremely high. Raina whispered the words out loud. Adrian's heart slammed against his ribs. They made her. He swallowed. From both of us? Raina nodded, tears streaming. She isn't someone else's child. She's ours. Lily burst into tears and threw herself into their arms. Raina sobbed. Adrian trembled. The truth wrapped around them like fate itself. For the first time, Lily belonged. Truly. Completely. And for the first time, so did Adrian. The underground chamber seemed to breathe around them. The flickering lights, the hum of old wires, the cold whisper of air through cracks. The revelation still hung between them like a trembling star. Lily wasn't just someone they loved. She wasn't just a child taken or made. She was theirs. Genetically. Intentionally. Raina held Lily with shaking arms. Adrian stared at them with tear-bright eyes despite the pain tearing through his wound. They created her from us, Adrian whispered, disbelief breaking through every syllable. Raina stroked Lily's hair gently. They wanted a perfect adaptive child, she said softly. And they decided we were the perfect pair. The thought made them both tremble. Lily curled into Adrian's side, her voice tiny. Does that mean I'm real? Adrian cupped her cheek. You're the most real thing I've ever loved. Raina kissed her forehead. And you always will be. The peace lasted exactly 3 seconds. Then, boom. The tunnel wall vibrated violently. Raina jerked her head up, eyes widening. They found us. Adrian forced himself upright, wincing. No, we need more time. Boom. Boom. Dust rained from the ceiling. Lily whimpered and grabbed Raina's hand hard. Raina pulled her daughter behind her and grabbed a metal pipe from a crate. Her eyes changed. Hardened. She was done running. Voices echoed down the tunnel. Spread out. They're close. Check every chamber. Adrian tried to stand fully and nearly collapsed. Raina caught him. Stop, Adrian. You'll tear the wound. I don't care, he rasped. They're after Lily. I won't let them. Lily placed her tiny palm on his chest. Daddy. It slipped out instinctively. The first time she'd ever said it. Adrian froze. Raina froze. The world froze. Lily looked into Adrian's eyes. You can't protect me if you die. Adrian's breath broke. The word daddy rippled through him like light through darkness. He swallowed hard. I'll live, he whispered. I promise. Raina grabbed his face and kissed his forehead, fast, desperate, trembling. Come back to us, she breathed. He closed his eyes for just one heartbeat. Then, the tunnel lights flickered violently. Adrian and Raina turned toward Lily. Sweetheart, Raina whispered. Are you doing that? Lily's eyes glowed faintly. I think. I can hear them. Raina stiffened. Hear who? Lily lifted her chin. All the machines. Her voice was calm. Too calm. The guns. The radios. The lights. Even their boots. Adrian's eyes widened. She's detecting electrical signals, he whispered. In real time. Lily pointed down the dark corridor. They're coming from the left. 6 men. One has a big gun. Raina's jaw clenched. How do we get out? Lily pointed again. The right tunnel leads to the old collapse. But, she tilted her head. There's a door behind the rocks. Raina blinked. A door? Lily nodded. I can feel it. It's metal. Adrian stared at Lily like she was a miracle and a warning. They designed her to find hidden exits, he whispered. Raina took Lily's hand. Then let's go. They hurried through the narrow tunnel. Adrian leaning heavily on Raina. Lily led them, moving as if guided by something invisible. Pebbles crunched underfoot. The old ceiling creaked ominously. There, Lily said suddenly. A rock wall. But something behind it shimmered faintly, not visibly but electrically. How do we open it? Raina whispered. Lily pressed her hand to the stone. Move. The lights above them exploded. Adrian shielded Lily as glass shattered. Raina screamed. Then, a low whirring sound came from behind the wall. Metal shifted. Stone cracked. And a hidden iron door slid open. Raina gasped. Adrian stared, stunned. Lily, how did you? I asked it. Lily shrugged softly. And it listened. But before they could move, footsteps thundered from behind. Flashlights. Voices. Guns being cocked. Go. Adrian shouted. Raina grabbed Lily and ran into the hidden chamber. Adrian staggered after them. And the door slammed shut behind him. Seconds later, bullets hit the door like hail. The hidden room was larger than expected. Circular, with old computers, thick dust, and walls covered in faded documents. Raina set Lily down and helped Adrian onto a metal chair. What is this place? She whispered. Adrian groaned, clutching his wound. My father's old command room, he said weakly. He built it after something happened. Reina looked at him sharply. After what? Adrian hesitated. One night, when I was 12, my father came home covered in blood. Reina stiffened. He said someone tried to steal me. He said there were men watching our house, tracking our family. Adrian swallowed hard. We thought he was paranoid. We mocked him. I told him he was crazy. His voice cracked. But he wasn't. Reina's breath caught. He tried to tell you. He was trying to protect you from them. Adrian nodded, tears forming. And he died because of it. Heart attack. Stress. Fear. Reina held his hand. It wasn't your fault. But Adrian's eyes were already drifting to the wall. On the far side of the chamber was a bulletin board. Yellowing papers. Old photographs. Government seals. And a file labeled Project Halo, Original Director, James Vale. Adrian froze. His father's name. Reina gasped. No. Adrian. Adrian's face drained of color. My father. He wasn't just paranoid. He reached shaking fingers toward the file. He was part of Halo. Reina staggered backward, hand over her mouth. Lily pressed against Reina's leg, eyes wide. Mommy, what does that mean? Reina whispered. It means his father was part of the program that created you. Adrian swayed. No, he wouldn't, he couldn't. Reina grabbed his shoulders. Adrian, listen to me. We don't know the whole story yet. But behind them, the hidden door thundered. Metal nearly bent inward. They found us. Lily screamed. Reina yanked Adrian behind a metal console. We need to run. Where? She cried. Lily pointed to a dark staircase spiraling downward. There. It leads to another tunnel. It leads out. Reina didn't hesitate. She grabbed Lily and pulled Adrian to his feet. Move. They raced down the stairs. Gunshots cracked. The hidden door burst open behind them. Eric Wolf's voice echoed. Vali, bring me the girl. Reina pushed Lily ahead. Run, sweetheart. Don't stop. Lily sprinted. Adrian stumbled, groaning. Reina dragged him. The tunnel below shook violently as boots thundered behind them. Then, a gunshot rang out. A scream tore through the dark. Reina spun. Adrian had fallen. Blood pooled fast. No. Reina screamed. Lily screamed too. Reina dropped to her knees, pressing her hands over his wound. Adrian, stay with me. Footsteps closed in. Eric's silhouette appeared at the top of the stairs. Reina's heart nearly stopped. He aimed his gun at Lily. Lily froze. Reina lunged in front of her daughter. No. Eric smiled coldly. Move, nurse. Reina shook her head fiercely, tears streaking her cheeks. You'll have to kill me first. Eric shrugged. That can be arranged. He cocked the gun. Lily screamed. The tunnel walls buzzed. Lights exploded. Sparks rained down. Air hummed violently. Eric staggered. What is? Lily stepped forward, shaking but fierce. Don't hurt them. The metal around Eric's gun glowed red, then melted in his hand. He screamed. Reina pulled Lily behind her. Adrian, barely conscious, whispered. She's the key. She's activating. Eric fell to his knees, howling in pain. Reina grabbed Adrian's arm. Move. Now. They fled down the tunnel, as Eric screamed behind them. You can't run, Reina. You can't hide her. She belongs to me. The tunnel collapsed behind them. The tunnel had collapsed behind them, blocking Eric Wolf, blocking the men, blocking the nightmare. But not the truth. Reina dragged Adrian through the last stretch of the passage, Lily running ahead with a small flashlight trembling in her hand. The air grew colder. The walls narrower. Their breaths harsher. Reina knelt suddenly, lowering Adrian onto the dirt floor. Adrian, stay awake, please, please, she begged, her hands shaking. His skin was pale. Too pale. Lily dropped beside him. Daddy. The word came out cracked and small. Adrian blinked sleepily, trying to smile. I'm here, sweetheart. Reina brushed his hair back, tears dripping onto his cheeks. We're almost out, she lied. They weren't. She had no idea where the tunnel led. But she had Lily. And Lily had saved them before. Baby, Reina whispered to Lily. Do you feel anything? Any machines? Any doors? Lily closed her eyes. Darkness. Cold air. A low hum somewhere far below the earth. Her eyes snapped open. That way, she pointed. Raina scooped Lily up and grabbed Adrian under the arms. They kept moving. The tunnel opened into a vast underground chamber, with metal catwalks, old machinery, and a massive steel door covered in dust. Adrian whispered hoarsely, "My father. He said he kept everything. Everything they stole." Raina turned slowly. "This is part of Project Halo." "Yes." His voice trembled. "This is where it began." Lily approached the door, small fingers trembling. She didn't push it. She touched it. The steel quivered. Lights flickered awake. Old servers hummed. Raina gasped. "You're opening it?" Lily swallowed hard. "It remembers me." With a loud metallic groan, the steel door slid open. Inside was a room of files, screens, medical tools, data logs, and Raina froze. "Oh my God!" She covered her mouth. On the wall were hundreds of photos. Children. Missing. Smiling. Numbered. At the center was a picture of a little boy. A one. Adrien Esson. Alive. A timestamp in the corner read, 3 months ago. Raina turned to Adrian. He stared at the photo like it was the last piece of his soul. That's him. My boy. He's alive." He sobbed for the first time in years. Raina held his face. "We'll find him. I swear." But then, a static screech cut through the room. Lily's head snapped up. Raina lifted her protectively. "What is that?" Lily whispered. "He's coming." Not Eric. Not a soldier. Footsteps echoed from the far corridor. Slow. Confident. Unhurried. A tall figure stepped into the light. An older man. Silver hair. Cold blue eyes. A familiar Jauline. Raina gasped. Adrian froze. "Dad." Years. Or so Adrian believed. "No. You died. You died in front of me." James smiled faintly. "I let you believe that." Raina staggered back. "Why would you fake your death?" James walked in calmly. "For the mission." He looked at Lily. "It's time to come home." Lily hid behind Raina. "No." James sighed. Children annoyed him. "Adrian," he said sharply, "step away from them." Adrian forced himself upright. You were behind Halo? You started it." James slipped his hands into his pockets. "I perfected it." Adrian shook his head violently. "You experimented on children. I improved them." A shrug. "You call it cruelty. I call it survival. The future requires evolution." Raina felt sick. "You kidnapped kids. You stole lives. You." James cut her off. "Spare me your moral theatrics. We saved you from meaningless poverty." Raina grabbed Lily closer. "You're a monster." James ignored her and continued calmly. "Adrian, you were supposed to take my place. But you were too weak. Too emotional. Too human." Adrian whispered. "You used my DNA." "Of course." James gestured at Lily. "She is my granddaughter." Lily whimpered. James crouched to her height. "You were made to lead. To obey. To become perfection." Lily started to shake. James whispered, "Come to me." Lily took one tiny step forward. As if pulled by an invisible thread, Raina screamed and grabbed her. "Stop." James lifted an eyebrow. "Don't interfere." Adrian staggered between them. "You're not touching her." James gave him a cold, disappointed look. "You always were sentimental. But Lily isn't your daughter, Adrian." "Yes," Adrian whispered. "She is." James stepped closer. "You're willing to die for a genetic experiment?" Adrian's breath shook. "Yes." James sighed. "Then die." He raised a gun from his coat. James fired. "No." Lily screamed. She threw her hands out instinctively. The bullet froze midair. Stopped. Hovering inches from Adrian's chest. Raina gasped. Adrian stared. James froze, stunned. The bullet trembled violently, then dropped harmlessly to the ground. Lily's chest heaved. Her eyes blazed with light. "I won't let you hurt them." James tried to shoot again, but the gun melted in his hand. He screamed. The lights shattered. Electricity pulsed through the walls. Sparks rained down like burning snow. Servers fried. Wires burst. The air hummed with power. Lily stepped toward. James, you hurt my brother. Her voice vibrated. You hurt other kids. A step closer. You hurt my mommy. Another step. And you tried to kill my daddy. James trembled. You don't understand what you are. Yes, Lily whispered. Ido. She raised her hand. The room exploded in white light. James' veil was thrown across the chamber, slamming into the steel wall with a sickening crack. His body crumpled to the floor. Silent. Still. Raina held Lily, sobbing. Adrian collapsed to his knees, shaking, staring at Lily with awe and terror and love all tangled together. Lily's eyes dimmed. She whispered faintly, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, and collapsed into Adrian's arms. Adrian caught her, voice cracking. Lily, sweetheart. Look at me, stay with us. Raina knelt beside them. Is she breathing? Adrian felt her chest. Yes, but she's exhausted. She used too much energy. They lifted Lily and hurried out through a secondary tunnel Lily sensed earlier. At the end, a ladder, leading to a hatch. Raina pushed it open. Fresh night air hit their faces. Snow falling softly. The storm clearing. Adrian emerged last, carrying Lily against his chest. A road stretched ahead. No soldiers. No enemies. They were free. A few hours later, Raina and Adrian sat in a small clinic in a rural town. Lily lay sleeping between them, hand in Raina's, cheek resting on Adrian's arm. Raina looked at him softly. She saved us. Adrian nodded. And we'll save her, he said fiercely. Raina touched Lily's hair. She's ours, Adrian. He looked at Lily like she was the son he never thought he'd see again. Yes, he whispered. She is. Raina leaned her head on his shoulder. What now? Adrian exhaled slowly. We find A1. We expose everything. We protect Lily. We build a home. Raina smiled weakly. A real one. Adrian nodded. With you. She reached for his hand. He held hers. Lily stirred, blinking sleepily. Mommy. Daddy. They both froze. Then Adrian whispered. Yes, sweetheart. Lily smiled faintly. Are we a family now? Raina kissed her forehead. We always were. Adrian whispered against Lily's hair. And we always will be. Snow fell softly outside the clinic window. A new beginning. A real family. A love born from trauma. Bound by fate, sealed by choice. And somewhere, out in the world, a little boy with Adrian's eyes waited for the family he never knew he still had. Fade out.